Started off hot, you know, great steam rolling with all the action and that Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. I felt like it was high gear. You know, I was tuning in and out the first couple minutes, but once I locked in, it was everything was full speed, full ahead, 100 miles an hour, and I felt like, oh shit, like this stand and delivers is nonstop. You know, you guys heard me from the very beginning, and and then we had what the female matches came up. We had the tag match. Oh no, never mind. What am I talking about? We had the triple threat. We had
Yeah.
the triple threat North American Championship match, and I thought that was match of the night, and I still think that was match of the night. The three giants, man, they freaking did all sorts of flips and outside the ringside. That was a hell of a match. Very equally distributed. Everyone had a moment to shine, and and you know, and the tag match to start off the night was really good. They set the tone for the night. It was good. Braun Breaker winning was a surprise because I thought that it was going to be Axiom and Nathan Frazier because Braun Breaker signed with SmackDown, and they surprised me with that finish. And then Obafemi, of course, had to retain. I thought that ultimately they could give the belt to Dijak, but Dijak is looking to be a journeyman in NXT from what I'm seeing. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it is
I
what
can
it is.
see Dijak winning it in a one-on-one match,
Yeah, yeah. And then we went into the
or
3v3.
or what if this is his last PLE for NXT, and his next one is on the main roster?
True. Yeah, they could do that. They could be calling up Dijak maybe soon. That's why he's not winning. But what about then the 3v3? That match was all right. The women's 3v3, I thought it was okay. I
That,
got surprised with the winners there too.
that should have been the pre-show, though. To be honest,
Yeah, I would have swapped that out with the Sean Spears and
and besides,
Joe
you
Gacy,
have a women's championship match
which
on the main
followed that
card.
one. Yeah, yeah. It followed it, and they announced the women North American title, which I think that was really cool. And
I think that's fantastic.
and yeah, I will tell you guys the Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyria that one was a good match. Oh, Stun is saying that his contract is expiring soon. That's why.
Oh, then he might be on the way out.
He could be.
Well,
He
whose
could be.
contract?
Dijak.
That could be it too.
Yeah, the women's match was really good. I thought the women's match. I thought they showed up and showed out, and Roxanne Perez finally, capturing it back after never losing it. So that
So,
was cool.
what rating would you give this?
Well, I'm going down the match card right now. I'm thinking as I'm talking, I'm kind of contemplating because then we had the Ilya Dragunov match and Tony D'Angelo, and that kind of slowed down the show, right? That one was a little more methodical, more thought out. Tony D'Angelo didn't want to cheat. That's understandable. And Ilya ended up beating him clean with three F bombs,
Yeah.
which the H bombs. I said F bombs. The H bombs. Um, which that
that,
one,
that,
that
um,
one
that match,
I
that match
guessed
was
it.
good though.
It was a solid match. It was a solid match. I feel like all the matches were good overall, but I felt like the Tony D'Angelo and Ilya Dragunov, the fact that we had Carmelo and Trick main eventing, I felt like the Ilya and Tony D'Angelo needed something a little more, like a little more spice to it, like something special needed to happen. I felt like they played it very, very safe, very normal. It felt like a really good NXT Tuesday main event, pretty much. And then, Trick and Melo, man. Everybody in that crowd was all Trick, obviously, hometown hero. Um, the way they built towards that main event felt like WrestleMania level, but the execution, I mean, yeah, Carmelo needs to look like $1 million. He needs to look like he's main roster ready. I understand that, and I understand that Trick needed to win by a hairline, right? Like barely get the win, but for Carmelo to have gotten in on all the action and Trick barely get any redemption, just the win, right? That's all he really got. I mean, which is enough. I get it in the grand scheme of things. We don't know how the saga's gonna end. Like VJ was saying earlier, we do feel like Trick and Carmelo are gonna face off against each other once again at some point. But I don't know. I just felt like we were missing something from Trick's side. He hit him with the running knee, and he hit him with a couple of chair shots, but I felt like it wasn't significant. I said this about Sting's retirement match too. Remember, Sting ended up getting whooped on the entire match, and then at the end he just came back and got the win, and that bothers me when matches end like that, so sudden. And I get the point of why they did it, but it's not really about me understanding the point or oh maybe this that or the other. It's me about having my own personal preference, and in my personal preference, I felt like I wish Trick Williams would have done a little more. That's all. I just wish he would have done a little more, and then I would have been satisfied. I wanted Trick to win. He got the win. I'm happy about that. The vibes were there. The crowd was into it, and it was a strong show. But I don't think it was a 10 out of 10. Despite having some strong matches, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Keon and Stunna, giving it an 8.5 out of 10 for the overall show. Just because there was a couple things there that I would have switched around and maybe spent a little more time on. Like I would have given more time to the tag match initially. The Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin match, I think that match deserved a little more time. And I feel like most definitely Trick Williams and Carmelo needed a little more time. Like it's not even 3 o'clock yet. It ended 15 minutes before 3, so I don't know. I guess they just wanted to stay under 3 hours. I don't know. I guess.
You know, I would say 8.5 too.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's a
Like
fair
you
rating.
said, the tag match should have been longer, so that brought my rating down a little bit.
Yeah,
The six women's tag team match,
that needed to be a
boring.
little shorter. Yeah, I should not. I don't think it was full blown boring. I wasn't invested in it. That's for sure. But
Yeah,
I felt like it should have been a little shorter, and we should have given a little more time elsewhere, in my opinion.
Right.
yeah, yeah. That match should have been shorter, and that time should have gone to Braun Breaker.
One thing that Triple H said yesterday that stuck out to me with all the press conference and interviews and all that, he said, everyone's going to nitpick everything, everyone's going to dissect everything, and they're going to,
It's
look
true.
at everything and criticize everything. But at the end of the day, tomorrow, like we have another show to book. Like if he said if that was the end of it all, then maybe I would understand people, complaining and all that. He goes, but you got to understand that the story's gonna continue. So I agree
Oh
with
yeah,
VJ them. I agree with VJ them having another match down the road and seeing where that goes because with that kind of finish, one would assume
yeah.
that the story's not fully finished, like it's not complete.
And I think the next pay-per-view is what Battlegrounds.
Oh
Yeah, if they
snap!
go by the
Battle.
same schedule they use this year, it's Battleground.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, Wrestle High said it best. He said it felt rushed. Yeah, I agree. It felt rushed. But you know what? This was a good little cocktail. It was a good little appetizer for WrestleMania tonight. So we got more of the watch alongs dropping. 8.5 out of 10 for Stand and Deliver. Nothing else to really say. I'm satisfied. I enjoyed it. It was worth our time. I just felt like I just wanted a little more. MGM, though, you didn't give us your rating. What's your 1 through 10?
Oh, honestly, I'd probably go with like a 8, maybe 7.5.
Fair enough. That's a fair rating.
Yeah.
Fair rating. You weren't too impressed, huh? You weren't too thrilled.
Nah. NXT's done better, to be honest.
I agree. NXT has done better. It wasn't bad, though. Let's make that clear. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was enjoyable. It had some nice moments, but
Oh
we've
yeah,
seen better.
come on, that triple threat match is proof enough.
Yeah, that
Right.
exactly. We've seen NXT shows where that triple threat vibe has been replicated throughout the whole card. It was
Exactly.
special. It was special. It felt special, and I felt like some of the other matches, like Tony D'Angelo and Trick Williams. Well, Tony D'Angelo specifically, it was missing that. But 8.5 from me. So hit me up in the comments. How are you guys feeling about NXT Stand and Deliver?